So here we have my bass drum already stripped of the better head and ring, and also the mounting blocks been taken off, spanners and everything been taken off. It's actually a D drum kit, but I mounted a pearl tom mount because it's more sturdy and it fits the same holes, so that's easy. But it's an 18 deep, 22-inch diameter, and all the rock bands of the music I play is like pre-80s, and they all played 14-inch bass drums, not 18. And actually the 14 inch is making a comeback, so I was either going to trade this in for an 14-inch one, but then it wouldn't match the rest of the set, or you can shorten one, and this is what I'm going to do. You can find some professional videos on YouTube on how it's done with professional equipment. I don't have that, I'm an amateur, and so I'm going to do it a slightly different way with simple tools. So far the only thing I use is a screwdriver and of course a normal drum key to get all the parts off. I've got some masking tape and a tape measure. And I have a pen, which is taped to a piece of scrap wood. With this piece, I made the first cut line on the drum. And because the difference between 14 inches and 18 inches is 4 inches, I made a block stack, which is 4 inches high. And 4 inches is about 101 millimeters, and this is close enough. It's not correct to the millimeter. So if the difference between this line and this line needs to be that, the second line I drew using this entire stack, and draw around the drum as well. Of course, you need to do this on a flat surface. So I'm doing it on the dining room table. I could also do it in my garage on the flat surface, but since I'm telling you how to do it with minimal tools and quite amateuristic, I'm doing it on the dining room table. I did put some protective plastic cloth on there, as you can see. So that's what I'm up to. Next video I will have made the cuts, hopefully. So here we are directly after the cutting process. This is the initial ring, the first ring with the nice chamfers and everything, so that's going to be saved. The remainder of the bass drum is here still, of course. I need to clean up all the edges and maybe smooth some stuff out. This is a ring that is taken out, and as you can see I made a little cut. I took a section out of it. The reason I do that is because when I want to place this perfectly and have it centered and aligned everywhere, this is quite springy, the ring, and so I cut this one and I can squeeze that in and use it as a guide while I'm clamping stuff up. So I use the remainder of the ring to center everything once I start gluing. I cut everything with a very basic jigsaw, with a new blade of course, keeping everything sharp, and I drilled 2 pilot holes using an electric drill. You can see the 2 pilot holes still in the little part I cut out. And one of the things I recommend when you try to do this at home is first of all do it outside because it's messy. Second of all, I put it at a level where I can comfortably work at, and I put it on an old blanket. First of all, that doesn't damage your bass drum finish, although in this case that's not a big problem because it's an old knackered thing anyway. But it also allows me to maneuver. Take my glasses out. When I'm cutting, I maneuver it like this and I rotate it And I don't rotate while I'm cutting. I reposition, cut a section, reposition, cut a section, reposition, cut a section, and I maybe 5 or 6 repositionings per go around. So, and make sure it's stable before you continue cutting. That way you can make the most precise cut, and there will be very little cleanup to do before you can glue it back together. Oh yeah, and I'm wearing ear protection. I can't show you that because I'm not going to show me. I'm wearing glasses, which are safety glasses, and they are also protecting my eyes, and they also make me able to actually follow the line, because I can't see the line without them. Anyway, so far so good. So here's the lot glued together. I chose not to use the additional ring to center everything because it went quite alright doing without. And there is these 2 strips in there, which I wanted to maintain because they hold the damper in. Before I glued it together, I cleaned up the mating surfaces on this abrasive board. It's actually just sandpaper glued on to a flat board. And I spent half an hour working it to be completely flat, both parts. And of course the joint in the covering, which is around about here, yes, is at the same point. So it's on the same way as it was. And it's nice and fixed now. Glue still has to dry, it's just been put on several minutes ago. And I'm going to clean the outside now with a damp cloth, with a wet cloth. I cleaned out most squeeze out glue with just toilet paper. And now I'm going to clean the glue residue on the outside with a wet cloth. And then it's going to sit overnight. And tomorrow I will drill, or somewhere next week I will drill all the holes for the mounting of the hardware. It's eight mounting points, so, and I can use the original shell part with the holes to mark everything and to check alignment and everything. So, next step done. Now waiting for the glue to dry.